Welcome back to EMT Mood, guys. What are you guys
Welcome
dealing
back
with?
to the channel. We there.
Yeah.
Today I went to church. Now we here making a video for you guys. We back at it. It was my birthday earlier this week. That's why you see me rocking my favorite color, all this red.
And it was January 13th, to be exact.
But I don't celebrate it. I just want to appreciate you guys for my birthday. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here, being around. Thank you for watching, commenting, you name it, liking, subscribing, sharing with your friends and family. I just want to appreciate you guys for my birthday. Because, you know, without the people around me supporting me, I can't be the person I am today.
Exactly.
So I don't celebrate my birthday, but I celebrate you guys.
Without further ado, guys, I hope you guys are all doing well. But today we're reacting to 2 true scary stories animated by YNC Entertainment.
Yeah, let's go.
Without
First
further ado,
story.
let's get straight into it.
First story is True Black Magic Story. So let's go. I'm ready. You know, there's a lot of black magic going on in days.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This
All
is
that
something that
witchcraft.
actually happened to my uncle's father, and even now, thinking about it still gives me chills. I'll call him William. William was a well-known politician. One night, he went to bed as usual. A few hours later, he woke up and saw a woman standing over him, her foot pressed firmly against his chest as she stared down at him. He was terrified. He couldn't move. Eventually, he fell back asleep. This went on for several weeks.
I ain't gonna lie.
Several weeks?
Bro, I had sleep paralysis like this shit. But for that amount of time is ridiculous now. Like, she's being possessed at that point.
I want you guys to know that that is black magic. Sleep paralysis is black magic. That's witchcraft.
Are you serious? Someone did that to me?
So, no, it literally means that someone is thinking poorly of you, thinking negative thoughts on you, someone's wishing harm on you, or it could be like someone's obsessed with you. That's even witchcraft.
Nah, you can't be
Yeah.
obsessed with me and then have some bitch come
But that,
stand on
like,
my chest, bro. Like,
some
what you talking
witchcraft is
about?
not direct. So sometimes things like that happens. Like if you're obsessed with someone a little too much and it's not healthy, the forces in the air will, the dark forces will give him witchcraft, bad dreams. So if you like someone, please keep it safe and healthy. There's any way you can summon any type of spirit.
I pray this type of light does not ever find me.
But yeah, if it's happening for weeks, guys, please go seek help. Just it happened to him for weeks. Like there's no way. After the first 2 nights, it would have been up.
Yeah.
Eventually, he couldn't take it anymore, so he had his bodyguard sleep in the room with him. A few days later, he went to see a priest.
Chat, I
As
didn't
soon
mean
as the
bodyguard.
priest arrived, he said it looked like someone had put black magic on him. William was horrified. The priest told him that to break the curse, a ritual would need to be performed at midnight. William agreed. On the night of the ritual, as the priest began chanting prayers, the woman who had been tormenting William appeared once again. The priest commanded her to leave him alone, but she shook her head and said she couldn't because she was bound to him.
Oh.
In a chilling voice, she said that to undo the spell, they would have to go to the place where the magic had first been created. The priest demanded that she show them. She nodded and led them to a
I ain't
And
gonna
this is
lie.
actually true. This happens for real. Like, this stuff does happen, eh? Some witchcraft, some strongholds, some forces cannot be broken just like that.
Yeah, cool. But I'm just saying, she's a really compliant person or spirit at that. Because usually, I would think that if you're trying to kill me, you would not comply and help me break a curse, right?
Some evil spirits are like that. They're angry and stuff. But some evil spirits are sent. So they're just to carry out their job, right? So if they're like being cleansed and they're being like fought in against, like in a ritual, more times they will become submissive. They are under the power of God. They cannot be compelled to do anything else except for comply with, you know, the authoritator, the authority, the power. So he's using the power of Christ, and she is bending to the will of Christ. She is underneath his subjugation right
Okay,
now.
so that's what's going
Yeah.
on. Because I was like,
Also in the
oh,
house of the Lord at that. So, you
I
know,
don't know. I'm surprised she was even allowed there. Like,
power
what-
and
what-
principalities. You
Site
gotta
nearby.
brush up on your knowledge of
Apparently,
spiritual
things like this
warfare.
weren't uncommon in the area where William and my uncle lived. The woman pointed to a specific spot in the ground.
Yo, the
Where
priest is
Uncle
digging,
lived?
William and the
yo.
Yeah.
priest dug for about 30 minutes before uncovering something buried there. A small box containing a
30
voodoo
minutes?
doll and several of William's personal belongings. The sight of it was so horrifying that William threw the box away and began vomiting.
Gotta burn it.
The priest burned the box and everything inside it. The woman vanished as if she had never been there. Sometime later, William told my uncle about what had happened. Curious, my uncle asked him exactly when it had occurred. When William told him the date, my uncle was shaken. Around that time, my uncle had been lying in bed with his dog when the dog suddenly jumped up, ran toward a mirror, and began barking at it. My uncle thought it was strange, but didn't think much of it. The next day, he was told that his mother had dreamed of him being dragged away by some kind of animal. She said the creature was so massive that it didn't seem like something that could exist on Earth. The dream ended there, and my uncle dismissed it as nothing more than a disturbing coincidence. That was until he realized what William had been going through at the exact same time. So my question is this: who put the black magic on William? And what would have happened if he hadn't asked the priest for help in time?
Really? And how is his uncle connected? That's what I want to know too.
Yeah.
How is his uncle connected? Like,
That story was questionable. I mean, shit. They really gotta give us more insight about who did this shit, though. Like, I want to find a culprit. Bro.
yeah, like I need to know who was around their house, who was around that. Like, oh, I just remember a fun story. Okay,
Yeah.
fun real life story that happened. Black magic story. So
Okay,
a friend.
whoa. You can't say fun and black magic in the same sentence.
Yeah, no, sorry. It was fun because like it's been dissolved like that. So
Okay.
now you looking back at it is kind of funny. So, anyways, I have a friend. They've been waking up the same time at nighttime as like every night for like a month. Okay, after a month, they're like, let me like look out the window. Okay, and that's another thing. They have a dog, so their dog would start barking random times around that time too. They would wake up. So they decided one night to go check outside, like what's going on. They check out the side. They felt a bad vibe out through the side window. So they went to the front door, the front window, and they found that for 7 days, a whole week, there was a mysterious dark black figure, my friend described as a witch, outside of her house doing stuff and dancing and rituals. And one night, after the 7 days, she went to church. Like, she kept praying. She decided, let me take my dog outside. She was keeping her dog inside. That's another thing. She was not taking her dog for a walk this whole time, okay? She took her dog outside, and her dog dug up a little box like that in the front yard, exactly where the woman was standing. And she prayed over it. She had her pastors and stuff pray over it. She asked me to pray for her. And after that same date, dissolved. Nothing happened again. So real life, random stuff happens like that. If you're waking up over and over, or your animal's going off, or you get a bad feeling, look around. Like, don't go and, like horror movie type of searching, looking around, but look around.
Well, that too, but also don't just be around people who actively do this shit and talk about this shit like it's sweet and it's a joke. Especially when you have girls that are out here that like to control men and get certain men, because girls do that.
And I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but that stone stuff is witchcraft. Those stones is rubbing of like, I'm native and I still believe that stuff is witchcraft. Like, you can stay to your roots and your culture and your heritage, but you cannot confuse like religion with culture.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Or tradition.
Yeah.
Just because it's traditional or it's culture doesn't mean it doesn't go against your religion at the end of the day. So you need to be careful with what you're doing and not confuse it. I know you guys want to stay to your roots, but sometimes your roots is not safe. It's not for your well-being. It's not for your future.
These are wise words from a wise woman. Also, this is the next part. This one that just said Uber, so we're about to see what that's talking about.
Yeah, and you know everybody has at least one Uber story. One Uber story.
I ain't gonna lie.
34-year-old man, and this happened about 2 years ago. At the time, I was working night shifts at a warehouse. My car had broken down, so I was using Uber to get to and from work. That night, I got off around 2 a.m. and called an Uber like I always did. A driver named Mark was assigned.
Yo, I'm surprised my guy didn't say 3 a.m. because in these stories, they usually be talking about 3 a.m. for this shit, like,
demon time.
Straight.
His rating was pretty decent. A few minutes later, his car pulled up, a dark gray Toyota Camry. The windows were heavily tinted, darker than usual. I always try to be polite, so I greeted him when I got in. He had long hair that went down to his shoulders, and he was wearing a necklace and several large rings on his fingers. Once we started driving,
Sounds like
we
a
made some
fake
light
person.
small talk
A
about work, about life, nothing unusual at first. Then, out of nowhere, he said,
If anyone tries to get into the car, don't open the door, no matter what.
I was confused
Period.
and asked him who would try to get in.
Bro, that's like if I go in the Uber and it's a shared ride, but I was like, what the fuck? I didn't order a shared ride. That's what I would be thinking about. Is this a shared ride?
No, I would be thinking, he knows something going down, I'ma start praying. Make sure the doors are locked. Say no more, sir.
I'm just saying, bro.
Say no more.
If it's like that, let me know, bro. Like,
But, like, that's what I'm saying.
just
Like,
smiled
if you can
and
tell
said-
that someone is unsettled and it's not gonna be a good thing,
yeah.
listen to them. If he telling me don't let anyone into his car, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know what's about to happen. Unless that person who's approaching
Wait.
the car looks more safe than the person I'm in the car with, then yeah.
Like, if a policeman came to the door, you open the door or not?
Depends. If I get a good spiritual vibe from them,
Good luck. Sometimes you don't get that feeling,
Just,
bro.
you
I
never
always
know.
get it.
And laughed it off. I figured he was just a little weird and that I'd be home soon anyway, so I didn't think much of it. Once we got on the highway, I was looking at my phone when he suddenly whispered, "Shh." I looked up and said, "What?" He didn't respond. About 10 seconds later, he whispered again.
Be quiet.
I had no idea what was happening. I asked him, "Are you okay?" In a tense, irritated whisper, he snapped,
Can't you hear the knocking?
His expression darkened instantly. I listened as hard as I could, but there was nothing. No sound at all.
What do you think is going on right now?
he either has schizophrenia
Yeah.
or he's seeing something spiritually attack him.
Maybe he's being attacked, maybe not. Either way, I think there's something going on with this.
I just know before I leave that Uber, I'm definitely gonna pray over him. That's all I know.
I just be mad because he's on a highway. I can't even hop out if I wanted to.
That's
That's the
not a
only
problem.
thing. No, that is a
As
problem.
long as he's not swerving or driving, he's just hearing shit. He has mental illness. I pray for him, bro.
Yeah.
I know I'm not in danger. He's hearing an outside force trying to attack him, so I know I'm not the problem. He's trying to protect me. He's telling me to be quiet.
Alright, bro.
So I pray for him, fam. He's going through something.
Alright, bro. We'll see.
We were speeding down the highway. There was no way anyone could be knocking on the car. Then he pressed down on the gas. The car started picking up speed.
And now I start
His
feeling
head
unsafe.
began jerking back and
Now I
forth
start feeling
like he was
unsafe.
having some kind of spasm.
Yeah, no.
The car drifted and swerved slightly from side to side. I told him to slow down. He didn't respond. Something felt seriously wrong. I shouted at him to pull over. That
I ain't gonna lie, this is how her Uber drivers be moving on the regular when they pick her up in the mornings. Cause bro, these guys don't know how to drive. Especially. They really don't.
You be tweaking. I be on the phone with him the whole time. That's another thing. When I'm in the Uber, most times, the whole time I'm in the Uber, I'm on the phone. I'm literally on the phone with him or my best friend. And
Bro.
I don't I'm not in just some, and more times I'm complaining, bro.
Ain't now he's moving like one of those regular Uber drivers that we be getting. But praying for him nonetheless, because
Yeah.
he seems like he's really being
He's going through it for
he's being
real.
attacked right now. Like
He's
I don't know, like what the fuck?
he
swerving
said
on the highway.
in a low voice.
It's already too late.
I didn't understand anything anymore. I saw him staring at me through the rearview mirror. Are you joking right now?
Inside?
I asked, my voice shaking. Suddenly, he turned around and looked straight at me.
Didn't you see the driver switch?
I just stared at him, stunned. His eyes looked completely different, like he wasn't the same person anymore. The car was still flying down the road, but he was looking at me instead of the road. I screamed at him to look forward. The car swerved hard. He snapped his eyes forward and kept driving. Then he started laughing under his breath and said,
Hey, Mark. Want to see what this guy's blood looks like tonight? You're the one going to prison anyway.
Schizophrenia.
I had no idea what he was talking about, but I knew something was seriously wrong. I hit the SOS button on the app. He kept muttering to himself, like there was someone else in the car with us. As soon as the call connected to 911, I yelled for help. That's when he suddenly pulled over onto the shoulder. He started shaking his head violently and screamed,
Fighting him.
"Run!"
Yep.
I threw the door open and ran as fast as I could. When I glanced back, he was out of the car and running toward me.
See?
What?
It's
Then suddenly
schizophrenia.
stopped,
See?
scanning the area like he was confused. He opened the trunk and started
You
rummaging
switch
through it.
personalities without
Then
knowing what's
got
going
back
on.
into the driver's seat. Moments later, he got out again and went back to the trunk, searching frantically. When I looked again, he was standing still, staring into empty space, not at me. Then he got back into the car and drove away. I stood there in the middle of the desert.
I ain't
This is
gonna lie.
why you guys need to brush up on mental health. You need to have mental health awareness, fam. This guy looking at him like he's crazy. That's schizophrenia, buddy. That's straight schizophrenia.
I ain't gonna lie,
Textbook.
whatever it is, it don't matter. You're
Bipolarism.
still around it and you're still experiencing this trauma, bro. It don't matter what a man has. He will still get shot. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You can say that in court, buddy. But if you're moving like this with me, I will probably harm you. Most likely. I'm not playing. I'm not. He's standing there waiting for my guy to leave, bro. I would be gone. Like, I'd be waving down the next man's car. Like, what are we talking about, you know?
Especially on the side of the highway.
Come
like-
on, bro. This guy, he could have got God. He should have got God. Like, I don't get it.
But based on what we saw, clearly he was having a schizophrenic episode. I have family and friends with schizophrenia. Sometimes they really don't know what the hell is going on. More times the person that you know will try and protect you from the other person that takes over their body. So that's clearly what was happening. The driver was nervous about the other guy, like his other personality. He was trying to protect his passenger from his other personality. But as you can tell,
Oh, so that guy from Glass. Remember the movie The Glass? Or Glass?
Yes, that.
So like him.
guys, so
I would shoot him.
from Split. From Split.
I'll take that guy down.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. No questions asked.
So yeah, basically that. They can't tell when they switch. They feel like it's a whole nother person. They feel like they're in imminent danger.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it sounds like he was dressed sounds like he's kind of like goth aesthetic or alternative. So that's another way that's close to witchcraft. You need to be careful with the music and the apparel and the stuff that you condone in those sections. I can't say you can't have that type of aesthetic school, but you have to be careful what you're putting into yourself because it can cause mental disorders by certain things you watch, hear, partake in. It makes you unwell physically, mentally, emotionally. So yeah, this is a good video to explain awareness. Like just like the movie Split, guys. If you don't know what Split is or Glass, like
I'm just
schizophrenia.
saying, if a man split on me, I'm splitting him open. I don't care. Let's go.
violence is not the first.
It's
answer.
not the first
Uncontrollably
answer, but it's the
waiting for
second
the
one.
police to arrive. When they finally did, they told me they would track down the Uber driver and arrest him. I eventually made it home, but the shaking didn't stop. The questions kept repeating in my head all night. What was he planning to do to me? Who or what was he talking to? I still don't have the answers, but that night remains the most terrifying night of my life.
You could have got fucked, buddy.
Fam, if you pulled a gun out of that trunk, you would have been gone.
You would've
Like,
been
don't
done.
stand around and wait for trouble or danger ever.
At least he didn't trip. Oh, if he
At
was
least he
running,
didn't
he
crash.
tripped. Well, no, I'm talking about him outside the car.
I
But
know,
if he
but the
did,
crashing.
if he did crash, I mean, then you would have been dead already. Like, story would have ended already. I'm not gonna lie.
But that was too funny.
You
Wait,
know?
do we have another story?
Nah, bro.
That was the last one?
That was the last
Those
one.
were two good stories.
Two stories. I ain't gonna lie. It was pretty
It was
good.
pretty good. Pretty good stories, yeah.
But yeah, man, just learn up on your mental health awareness, because some mans outside really are like that.
Yeah, June
Family,
is...
friends, you get what I'm saying? So
Yep, June
just-
is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, so put that on your calendar.
yeah,
But you
show
gotta
your brother some love if he's not getting love. You get what I'm saying?
show your mother, show your cousin, show your uncle, that one quiet person in your family. You don't know what they're going through.
For real.
Some people in your friend or family group, they isolate themselves because, they feel like you guys won't understand. Some people are genuinely very scared to get help on their own.
Yeah.
Not saying you have to hold their hand step by step, but to help be there when they actually need it will be very helpful.
For sure.
Bring them to a clinic for their first appointment. Join them. Like, little stuff. You don't have to be there their whole life.
Yeah.
But
But just
some
know,
people just really need that support. They cannot be alone.
and that little bit of support will take them a long way, and it will make you, for all you know, you could be supported. You might need the support when you
The
need
same
it one
support,
day. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So you never know. Just
For all you know, you kept your family member or friend from harming themselves or, God forbid, death.
exactly.
So,
But yeah, guys, without further ado, you already know. Just let us know which video was your favorite. Like and comment down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
if we said anything incorrect, we love your feedback in the comments.
Just let us know what's going on.
If you've been through certain experiences or you would like me to pray for you for certain instances or witchcraft that you are having, I'm completely open. I really don't mind. You can leave it in the comments. I'm very happy to pray for anyone at any time. So,
Yeah.
you know,
EMT mood.
amen. Have a wonderful and blessed Sunday or whatever day you watch.
Peace out.
Peace out.